All right, baby. We got some 12X. I got dealt trip jacks. Find me a jack.
What's going on, guys? Dr. Cellini here. It's been a while since I posted a video, so wanted to kind of get everybody caught up to what I've been doing lately, which has been pretty much non-stop busyness. So let's see. I think the last time I posted a video was right before I went to Vegas. So we'll start in Vegas. So let's start in August. I went to Las Vegas, which I haven't been to in a couple years. I used to go to Las Vegas all the time. Fun fact about me is back before everybody got really good at poker, I used to play poker a lot to make money to pay for rent and stuff like that in vet school. My friend and I, as well as sometimes Dr. Cellini, would go down to Biloxi, Mississippi, or if we could afford it, Vegas. And we'd come back with more money than we went down there with, and that would pay for multiple months of rent, which is easy to do when your rent costs $275 a month, which is what mine costs in veterinary school. So that was pretty easy to do. But nonetheless, they were really fun trips. And every time I go to Vegas, I'm always reminded of those trips. So I went to Vegas this time for a very different reason. I went for a surgery continuing education. So there's a really cool neurosurgery put on by ACVIM. Once a year, and it's in a part of Vegas where there's a lot of like medical and veterinary CE going on. CE stands for continuing education, by the way. And I met up with one of my best friends, Dr. Casey Neary. He's a neurologist in Atlanta, but I've known Casey since we were in veterinary school. He's one of my best friends in the world. He's great. I can attest to him being super smart. So if you have a pet with a neurological problem in and around the Atlanta area, I highly recommend him. He is great. So Casey and I met up in Las Vegas, and the reason we met up is because we basically share the same goals when we go to Vegas nowadays. We want to go to our conference, figure out how to be better neurologists, which we definitely did. We learned so much there. I'll show you some footage from that. We also like things like having a cocktail, going out to a nice dinner, gambling a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying.
All right, baby. We got some 12X. I got dealt trip jacks. Find me a jack. Oh! I'm 25 cents.
Wait, so which game is that?
That ended up being pretty good. All right, so that was all the fun stuff, but no, Casey and I definitely learned a lot. ACVIM, that's the American College of Veterinary Internal Medicine, and the neurology subdiscipline is under that umbrella, along with stuff like internal medicine and oncology, cardiology, stuff like that. But they put on a really good conference, and to have these experts be right next to you when you're practicing on cadavers and practicing really complicated surgeries like spinal fusions and fracture repairs, brain surgery, all this different stuff, it really is more valuable than what it costs to go there. It's really a great experience, and it was basically just 48 hours of just nonstop surgery and practicing surgery for about 10 hours each day. So after each day, Casey and I got to have dinner, have some drinks, gamble a little bit, but it was an awesome time. So the next weekend after I went to Vegas for my conference, we actually had a Dr. Cellini reunion, which the other Dr. Cellini vlogged about, I think, a couple weeks ago. He's much better at getting these videos out than I am because, well, he has an editor. Imagine that. But we met up and we spent about 3 days together here in Rhode Island, had some amazing experiences, spent some really good quality time together as a family. But yeah, Michael and Tommy came to visit and we hung out together. Beatrice, my daughter, was kind of the centerpiece of all this. We spent some time kind of exploring along the coast of Rhode Island, which is so gorgeous, and I'm so glad I moved here because the bottom half of the state is just perfect, 10 out of 10, especially in the summertime. So here's some footage from all that stuff. Hey guys!
Oh, sorry.
Buying live lobster in Rhode Island. I had like lobster rolls. Oh my.
Tommy, what are we doing?
I'm gonna rolling pin out all these tiny legs of the lobster. Or we do
Doing a lobster boil. A process. Liz made a kale Caesar salad. Tommy's going to roll all of this leg meat. Don't neglect this lobster leg meat. Yep. Each little leg has a little bit of meat. There you go.
Not
We're
wasting
gonna get all that out. I also have to pan-sear a halibut fillet because Dr. Cellini does not want to eat lobster. So, you know, we're just working with him. But we'll forgive him because...
More separation and weirder rather than just being like, you're special. Photos where you're like, I'm here. And at least that's nice though. Yeah, she's respectful. She's respectful in that sense. I'm gonna be respectful. I may not like all these people, but you know, I'll respect the dad.
Hey, where's more rosé? Oh, that's it.
Hit them up.
Put into like the system and all that stuff. It's like
You have to be like a degenerate.
no, you have to have like money.
Degenerate with good credit.
All right, so as you can see, that was a pretty fun trip. And that brings me to like the last couple of weeks. Honestly, I have been so busy at work. You know, having a kid is just like a baseline amount of busy that everybody knows about if you have children. The caseload that we're experiencing at the hospital has been absolutely insane. I mean, I have done more surgery and MRIs per month over this last, say, 6 months or so, and especially the last 2 months, than I ever have in my career. Some of that is just kind of hitting the top of the learning curve to where I'm able to like do things faster and be more efficient with stuff, so I can get more things in and get things looked at and get things, you know, evaluated. Just a higher volume, really. But a lot of it is just purely the caseload, and it speaks to the demand for veterinary medicine just in general these days, which is absolutely insane. I cannot believe how in demand veterinary services are at all levels, from general practice to emergency to every specialty type you can imagine, neurology included. So crazy times, but good times overall, because it's always better to be, you know, busy than it is to be really slow. I would definitely never take that opposite side of the spectrum. And then I just like a little piece of life news is my wife and I bought a piece of land here in Rhode Island, and we are going to build a house. I think we've got about a 6 to 12 month horizon on that project, but we purchased a piece of land in Rhode Island, and I will definitely be vlogging the home construction process. I have a little bit of an angle I want to reach, which is kind of like, you know, like veterinary finance a little bit. I kind of want to touch on some financial stuff as it pertains to being a veterinarian. Only because I think a lot of veterinarians just really have no idea what the finances of being a vet involve, how much cost goes into it, what you can achieve in your career, what's the ceiling, what's the floor, what's the average, all that sort of stuff. So I want to touch on that a little bit, but definitely what I would not recommend doing is buying 2 Audis right out of your residency. I can't imagine myself ever recommending that. No, but in all seriousness, congratulations, Michael. You've worked very hard. All that stuff. But yeah, we purchased some land, and we're going to start building sometime in 2022, I would imagine. And yeah, I'll be excited to vlog that process. I think this will be a really great project to show, to follow, and hopefully the end result is what we're designing it to be, what we're imagining. And our maybe kids can grow up in the house for the next 20 years or so. I think that would be great. So yeah, that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing the last couple months. I'm thinking my next episode is going to be either about what pet owners do to drive veterinarians crazy, or another day in the life. Or maybe I'll just do both. I'll just do one and then the other, something like that. So hope you liked that little quick update. I'll get back to making regular videos here this week. And if you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, that would be great. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks a lot.